We're tracking two big weather stories tonight, including dangerous fire conditions right here at home.
And in the Gulf, a powerful hurricane strengthening, taking aim at Florida. Good evening. I'm Laura Painter.
And I'm Chris Thomas. We start with the fire danger. Keep in mind a red flag warning is now in effect, and PG&E is planning to turn off power to thousands overnight. They're hoping to avoid a repeat of the deadly wildfires sparked by their equipment. And so we do have live team coverage. ABC 10's Luke Clary is following crews as they prepare to move fast to stop those flames.
But we start tonight with meteorologist Carly Gomez tracking those dangerous conditions for us tonight. Carly.
And we're seeing this red flag warning from Redding all the way down towards Sacramento. Now, this is the area the National Weather Service has issued, but it's not necessarily the biggest area of concern. While it is wide and widespread, winds will be moving up and down I-5, but it's really the western side of the valley. It's areas from Vacaville and Fairfield all the way up through areas all the way to Redding into Shasta County even. And that's where we're looking at that big concern for potential fire danger. That's about 15 to 25 mile per hour winds with gusts as high as 30 to 35 miles per hour. And overnight, we're even seeing some of that humidity that could drop down into the early morning hours to 8 to 20%. We're currently looking at valley spots, so around the 50%. Foothill areas around 25 in Placerville. And then just take a look at this. Air quality index has now been updated. Earlier today, we saw a lot of yellow in the Sacramento area. Now we're looking at red and orange. This is unhealthy to unhealthy for sensitive group air quality. And we could see some health issues into the overnight early morning hours for the Sacramento area north, as we are getting a lot of smoke moving into the area. That smoke moving in from wildfires further north and pushing its way down now into the early morning hours here into the valley. And this is where we're seeing the wind direction also playing a part, pushing a lot of that smoke into our valley and continuing on into your Wednesday, which should start clearing out Thursday into Friday just a bit more as we'll get more of an onshore flow moving in off the ocean. But in the meantime, a lot of that dry air from the north pushing south. And this is the area of influence here that we are looking at when it comes to that red flag warning.
All right, Carly, thank you. And like she said, the strong winds are combining with dry vegetation to create serious danger of wildfires.
ABC 10's Luke Clary is live inside the fire weather zone in Dixon. Luke, how are things looking tonight?
Chris, Laura, I got to tell you, from where we're standing just on the outskirts of Dixon, the winds right now are relatively calm. The air is very dry, though, and there's a lot of dry vegetation where we're standing and across this area. You know, with these conditions happening right now and this red flag warning, it only goes to show that we're not out of the danger yet.
There's danger in the air across Northern California.
We know as the north winds come in, dries the fuels out, relative humidity drops significantly, and these fuels that are already bone dry, they can spark up without notice and cause mass destruction.
Sac Metro Fire Captain Parker Wilborn says crews are gearing up under this red flag warning, the first of the year, when high winds combine with low humidity and endless fields of dry brush.
And that can be a challenge for those folks that are occupying those spaces, because there could be a fire here that's threatening their home and they might not even know about it.
The red flag warning comes just a day after this dramatic crash on Jackson Road. A flaming garbage truck and high voltage power lines causing a grass fire that quickly burned more than 2 acres.
If we had an incident like yesterday on a red flag day, we'd be very worried about that fire jumping Jackson. That fire could have really taken off and we would have had hundreds of acres burned.
With boots on the ground and a helicopter in the sky, crews contained the fire before it spread too far. But if something like this were to happen under conditions like these, it could have been a totally different story.
It was a very dramatic incident, a lot of things happening for those resources all at once.
There are precautions we can all take under conditions like this.
And while we've had a relatively subdued fire season so far compared with recent years, at times like this, it's very important that we all take precautions to be very careful when disposing of cigarettes or making sure that you put out campfires completely, even going so far as to make sure that you don't drive or park your vehicle on top of dry grass, that could also spark a fire. And if you live in one of these areas that are bumped up right against those grasslands, it's important that you have a plan in place, that you've got a go bag packed and you know what you would do in case a fire breaks out in your neighborhood. Back to you.
We just can't stress that enough. We want people to take this seriously, and we also want folks to be safe. Our Luke Clary live for us tonight. Luke, thank you. And for the latest weather update sent straight to your phone, just download the free ABC 10 app in your favorite app store. But don't forget to turn on notifications.